Have you ever sat down for a Korean meal and felt a little lost? You see the amazing spread of food, but you're not quite sure what to do first. Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to demystify the rules of the Korean dining table so you can eat with total confidence.
Okay, so let's imagine it. You're at the table, the food looks incredible. What is your first move? Do you reach for the chopsticks? A sip of water? The answer might actually surprise you, and it's the perfect way to kick off our deep dive.
Because here's the thing. In Korea, a meal is so much more than just filling your stomach. It's a whole social event. It's about communication, showing respect. You could even call it an unspoken language. And that's exactly what we're going to learn to speak today.
All right, so where do we even begin? We start with the table itself. Before you even think about picking up a utensil, you got to understand the layout. It's called the bapsang, and it's the foundation for everything.
So, what is a bapsang? Well, it's the traditional way a Korean meal is served. And here's the biggest difference from a lot of Western meals. Everything comes out at once. No appetizers, then a main course. Nope. It's just this incredible, vibrant feast all laid out together, which immediately makes you feel like you're part of a community.
Now, this layout isn't just random. It's actually super logical. Your rice bowl is on your left, your soup is on your right, the shared dishes, the stews, all that good stuff, that's in the middle for everyone. And your spoon and chopsticks, they're placed together on the right side. It's all set up for easy access.
Okay, the table's set. Now let's talk about your tools. In Korean dining, the spoon and chopsticks aren't just separate utensils, they're a team, and they've got a special name and very specific jobs.
And that name is sujeo. The fact that there's one single word for the pair tells you just how important they both are. You're going to need both of them to navigate a Korean meal properly.
And this is one of the most important things you can learn. Each tool has a very specific purpose. Your spoon is for your rice and for your soup, anything liquidy. Your chopsticks, they are strictly for the side dishes, the banchan. You almost never use chopsticks to eat your rice. That's what the spoon is for.
And here's another key rule to lock in. One utensil at a time. You use your spoon, you put it down. Then you pick up your chopsticks. Trying to juggle both in one hand is a definite no-no.
Okay, so we've got the setting and the tools down. Now let's get into the real meat and potatoes, or rice and kimchi, of it all. The actual rules of conduct while you're eating.
This single idea is probably the most important pillar of Korean dining etiquette. It all comes down to respect for elders. It doesn't matter how hungry you are or how amazing the food smells. You wait. The meal officially begins when the oldest person at the table takes their first bite.
Here are a few more really key things. First, try to match your eating speed to the people around you, especially the elders. Also, and this is different from some other Asian cultures, you never lift your rice or soup bowl from the table. And this last one is absolutely crucial. Never, ever stick your chopsticks upright in your rice. It looks way too much like incense used for ancestral rites and is considered very disrespectful and bad luck. So we talked a lot about individual actions, but let's zoom out a bit, because Korean dining is really all about the social and communal experience.
Remember all those side dishes, the banchan in the middle of the table? They're not just for you, they're for everybody. This idea of sharing from common dishes is totally central to the experience. It's what builds that feeling of connection and community right there at the table.
And if you're having drinks, well, that opens up a whole new set of etiquette. And again, it's all about respect. Check it out. When you pour for someone older than you, you support the bottle with two hands. When they pour for you, you receive the glass with two hands. And when you actually drink, you turn your head just a little bit away from the elder. It's a simple, powerful sign of courtesy.
So, I know, that was a lot to take in. But don't worry, let's boil it all down to the absolute essentials so you can walk into your next Korean meal feeling completely at ease.
If you only remember 3 things, let it be these. 1. Respect your elders. Let them lead the way. 2. Use your sujeo the right way. Spoon for rice and soup, chopsticks for side dishes. And 3. Lean into the community vibe. Sharing is the whole point. If you can get those 3 down, you are golden.
And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's not about memorizing 100 rigid rules so you don't mess up. It's about understanding the why behind them. It's about showing respect and gratitude and really, truly participating in a beautiful shared cultural moment. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Are these customs just rules for rules' sake, or are they something more? A language of respect, a conversation that happens across the table without anyone ever having to say a word.